We're going. Just to start my video, we're going to introduce the audience. This is Gabe Crow, Lexi, Kyle, Tyler, Josh, Jeremy, and Sam Crow. I'd just like to point out that this is my biggest turnout so far. All right. So, for a long time in our country, a large portion of our land has been dedicated to farming. Generations of family farms have often run these farms. They've dedicated their lives and their careers to taking care of the land and producing food. The career choice of farming is not an easy career to take. It's not very fiscally rewarding, and it's extremely physically challenging. These smaller farms that have taken care of us for so long face a corrupt giant in the form of corporate farming. These corporate farms are environmentally, sociologically, economically detrimental to our existence. These corporate farms have had a worldwide effect. Monsanto is one of the biggest corporate farms in the world, and they have a large number of patent claims that they take out on seeds. They claim that these patents on these seeds are patents claiming intellectual property, so they're basically taking something from nature and saying that it's theirs. According to the Council of Hemispheric Affairs, Monsanto produces 90% of the genetically modified seeds in the entire world. They use this production to file for patents, and then they use these patents to sue smaller entities. Monsanto currently has lawsuits filed in the US, Brazil, Argentina, Peru, and more. They take these lawsuits out against family farms and sometimes even villages that use these seeds to produce food to support the people that live there. Their effect has been even greater in the US. Natural News reported that Monsanto currently has 410 lawsuits against family farms and 56 more filed against small businesses. All of these lawsuits are filed over seed use patents. And these lawsuits are crippling for these smaller farms and these family farms because they just can't afford to defend themselves in court. So eventually they might lose to Monsanto with the court decision, and then they're no longer allowed to use that seed. So that year's crop is basically gone to waste. All of the seeds they have stockpiled go to waste, and then they have to buy a new lot of seeds. A lot of the times for smaller businesses and smaller farms, this hurdle is too large to overcome. Now, Monsanto and other corporate farms have such a high success rate in court because of all the lobbying they do. So, Small Family Farm Today is a magazine that reports on different agricultural issues, and they reported that in 2009, Monsanto alone spent over $9 million in political lobbying. So this influence they have with judges and with senators and different congressmen basically allows them to win patent lawsuits and also sways different bill decisions that go into lawmaking for agriculture. These laws basically just allow Monsanto to prosper. Their monopoly that they've developed through lobbying and patent suits has allowed them to dictate market prices. So Monsanto, DuPont, Syngenta are all corporate agricultural companies, and they own 53% of the world's seeds. So this has caused soybean seeds and corn seeds to rise anywhere between 250 to 300% over the last couple of years. So this makes seeds unaffordable to smaller business and family farms. So essentially, Monsanto and these other big businesses just buy up these seeds, and they either can't use them or they have to pay royalties to Monsanto, and essentially either way, they're basically doomed because they just can't afford to do it. Perhaps the biggest effect that corporate farming is having on our world is basically the negative effect that it has on the environment. So they almost solely use genetically modified seeds, and this has led to an increase in chemical use. So genetically modified seeds are often not natural to that area, so they suck resources and nutrients out of the soil, and it basically leaves the soil barren. And in order to allow these seeds to grow and for these companies to produce food as efficiently, they have to use more chemicals and improper farming techniques. And the increase in chemicals over the last few years, testing has shown that per acre of land, there's over 26% more chemicals in the soil. which is extremely bad for both soil properties and just the water that runs through there, picks up those chemicals and puts it into our natural water sources. So the worst part about corporate farming is the fact that its existence, especially here in the U.S., is entirely unnecessary. In the U.S., we have an immense amount of food waste. It's been estimated that here there's been, each year, there's over 60 million tons of produce that's thrown away. By increasing family farms and community farms, we can decrease the influence that large corporations have on agriculture. Decreasing their influence will reduce waste, reduce unemployment because creating more farms and smaller farms will increase job opportunities, and it will also increase food availability because we can have smaller farms in places where a large corporation wouldn't fit, but this small farm can, and it can bring fresh produce to inner cities, places where they just don't have easy access. Also, family farms and community farms are very environmentally friendly. Family farmers are known to use and take pride in using environmentally friendly techniques, essentially. And so corporate farming is basically just a danger to our society, our environment, our economy. It's entirely unnecessary to even have them. We have the available alternatives, and we as a people just need to stand up and make a change. By reducing the corporate influence in our agriculture, we can save our agricultural economy, and we can support and save a lot of family farmers who have been working that land for generations. Thank you for listening to my final speech. Woo!